Oh, I'm buying new construction. I do not need an agent and I don't need an inspection. Yes, you do. My name is Chasity Cerecerez. I am your insight key to buying new construction in West Houston. And today we're jumping into some myths and busting myths about buying new construction. A lot of people think, oh, I'm buying new construction. I do not need an agent and I don't need an inspection. Yes, you do. Like, seriously. Let me ask you a few questions. And if you answer never or no, or it's been a few years to any of these questions, you need to watch the YouTube video all the way through to the end, not just the Instagram reel, the YouTube video. Now let's talk about it. When was the last time you spent $300,000, $500,000, $700,000 on anything? For a lot of people, that's going to be never. For someone who has purchased a home before, you may be able to say yes, but when was the last time you purchased that home? Let me ask you this question. When was the last time you read a purchase agreement all the way through and fully understood it with no questions? Okay. Now, I specifically said all the way through because some of my clients, and please do not do this with your purchase agreements. I'll send a purchase agreement to one of my clients, and it is a 30 to 40 page purchase agreement, and they send it back to me in 5 minutes. Why? Why would you do that? This is one of the largest purchases you are going to make in your life. You need to read that purchase agreement all the way through. If you have questions, you contact me. You contact your agent and you ask them for instruction. So again, if you have questions, you contact me, you contact your agent, but please at least give it 12 hours. You have time. You still have time to read the contract through and through. So you need to do that. Don't fill out that contract and then send it back to your agent within 5 minutes. You know, as your agent, I'm reading through it. As the client, you need to read through it too. Okay, I kind of got off on a sidebar because that kind of bothers me, y'all. You got to read these contracts through. Okay, now the other question: when was the last time you bought a new construction home? When was the last time you walked through a home with just the studs, or in other words, just the framing? When was the last time you read through floor plans and structural options without having to ask any questions or needing clarity? If you answered never, or it's been a while, like it's been more than 3 years, to any of these questions, do not go to that model home by yourself. You need to be represented. Why? Because everyone that works there works for the builder. Listen, this isn't Walmart. You're not going in and just going to buy a TV or something. Like, this is your investment. This is something that you can pass on to your children. This is something where if you need to, you can draw out equity. This is something that allows you to, get into a starter home and then sell that home and then get into another home. Or you may be able to start doing income properties with your starter home and then turn around and get a different home. So you want to go with someone who is knowledgeable in the space, who has your best interest at heart, who has fiduciary responsibility to you, and who is just as vested in making sure you close as you are. And so that's why you go in with an agent. Do not go through these homes on your own. You have to understand that everyone that works for the builder is required to look out for the builder's best interest. Now, my job as an agent is to look out for your best interest. Now, this isn't to throw any shade on those that work in the model home industry. I am so grateful for them. However, their job and their loyalty is to the builder. My loyalty is to my clients. Now, if you're not in Texas or if you're not in California, because I am licensed in both places, if you're not in Texas or California, okay, you stumbled across this video, I can still help you find an agent who specializes in the new construction space, because it's a little bit different than the resale space, okay? And not only have I been through that process as an agent and coaching and guiding my clients through that process as an agent, but I've been through the process myself multiple times. My husband and I bought some homes when we lived in California, and then we also bought homes when we got back to Texas, and so that is what I do. That's what I purchased for myself. So that's why I focus on new construction, because it's what I like. You know, I like a new home. I can't deny it. I like it. And listen, I have been groomed, if you will, to be in this space. You know, my dad is an architect, and so I was taught to read floor plans at like 6 years old. So I remember I had a client who, she was a friend of mine, but I was reading through a floor plan with her, explaining these different things, and I said, you know, this is the door. She said, how do you know that's the door? I said, because I've been reading floor plans since I was 6 years old. My dad is an architect. That's why I love being in the new construction space, because it's just ingrained in me. Now, this is the big kicker when you're dealing with new construction. There are so many people you're going to talk to in the process. That's why I say it's different than buying resale. Did you know once you sign that purchase agreement, you will talk to multiple people within that company, especially if you go with their lender. You're going to talk with multiple people. Very seldom do you have a dedicated representative that's walking you through the process if you don't have an agent. So that salesperson, they go on and is very rarely involved in the transaction after the purchase agreement. And so that's something you've got to get in your mind. If you want to have a constant person that's there kind of vetting the process, I jump in, I talk to the loan officer, I talk to the salesperson, I talk to everyone. And I'm not just some agent that's going to walk you through the door and then show back up at closing. No, I'm there throughout the entire process. I'm checking in to see how is the home coming along if it's not an inventory home. I'm willing to go and walk the property with you. If we're building from the ground up, I'm willing to show you what you're looking at as far as the framing is concerned. And then there's also inspections that you can do that, you know, start from the ground up. So you can do a foundation inspection, you can do a framing inspection, and then a final inspection. And a reason why I say you must have an inspection is because everyone, again, that has inspected your home works for the builder. I hear so many like stories out here on social media where people are talking about, you know, nightmares with their new construction home. And my question, and when you're looking at these videos, the question you have to ask is, did you get a professional third-party inspection? If you didn't, this is why you're experiencing these issues. And so that's why I offer to cover that final inspection up to $500 for my clients, because it's important to me. It's important to me that your process is smooth. It's important to me that this is enjoyable. It's important to me that you walk away with a quality product. And so, listen, again, I'm going to ask you, last time, when was the last time you spent $300,000, $500,000, $750,000 on anything? If your answer is never, please do not go into these model homes unrepresented. Contact me. You know, reach out to me. Reach out to the agent that you're watching all the time. I don't care. I'm on here just to help you guys. Because when we bought our first home, we got a hold to a realtor that was not looking out for our best interest. And so that's why I went into real estate. I understand that you may be in Michigan watching this video. I understand you may be in Maine. You may be in Florida. So I can't necessarily help you, but I can help you find an agent, again, that is in that space. And who cares? Again, like I said, y'all, I care. I really do. This is important to me. I went into real estate because I want to keep people from getting a hold to someone who's just in it for the buck. I have been blessed enough to where, listen, of course I want to make money. I want to make money. I want to make money. But I am not in it to rush you through this process and push you through this process to where now you have buyer's remorse. Like, and now you're upset with me. Absolutely not. Like, that's not the plan here. My desire is to make sure you have a smooth, enjoyable process and walk away with a home that you would consider your dream home, the perfect starter home. That's my heart. And you've got to find an agent that feels that way, not someone who's like focused on the dollar, because I don't want to say anything bad, but everybody is not created the same. Okay? So you need to vet your agents, and please stop going into these model homes unrepresented. Again, this is not Walmart. You are not buying a TV. You are buying a home. Okay? And if you're not in that space, you need to have an agent on your side, someone who is in that space. I have had mortgage lenders come to me to be their agent. And that same mortgage lender was also a licensed agent because she had not been in the space for a while, she asked me to assist her. So if a mortgage lender would have an agent represent them while they're buying a new construction home, why wouldn't you? This is so important, guys. I cannot stress that enough. You have got to be represented. And here's the key, though. You have to have your agent walk you through the door on the first try, on the first walkthrough. This is the process. So you find your agent, right? You sign your buyer's rep agreement. You get your loan approval, and then from there, you begin to see homes, and your agent's going to send you homes. You're going to send your agent homes. And then before your feet get so excited and walk into that new construction or home or to that model home, you are going to contact your agent. And you're going to call me. You're going to say, Chasity, I am ready to go look at this house, and I'm going to meet you there. Now, once I meet you there, you can go through that model home as many times as you want to. But I've got to walk you through the door the first time. If I don't, they lock us out, and I'm not able to help you. Now, there have been times where I have built a rapport with the rep, and so I'll say, hey, I think one of my clients moseyed on over. We have a buyer's rep agreement, but I didn't get to walk them through, are you okay with, allowing me to be a part of this transaction? And they'll say, yeah, Chasity, I know you're good. You've brought me clients before. So I've had that happen, but that would be the plan B. Plan A is to allow me to walk you through the model home first, walk you through the inventory home first, and then we go from there. So again, what did I say? This is not Walmart. You're not buying a TV, okay? So stop going into these places all willy-nilly and just being unrepresented. Let me ask you, and real quick, let me ask you this question. Would you perform your own root canal? No. Why? Because you're not a dentist, right? Would you replace the electrical in your home? No. You really shouldn't. Some people might give it a try, but you really shouldn't. And so, again, it's important. If you're not in this space, do not go it alone. There are predators out there. There are people out there that's just ready to sell for a buck. You need to interview these agents, ask the tough questions, and if you don't know the tough questions, I'll create a video about the tough questions, but ask the questions and then let's go. But please, if you won't perform your own root canal, and if you won't replace the electrical in your home, and if you're not trying to change your own brakes or something like that because you need a professional, then why wouldn't you do the same for the most expensive expensive purchase of your life. I'm just saying, it makes sense. It's wisdom, okay? All right, again, I love you guys and I care. And so that's why I get on here and I do these videos, because I want you to be well informed. I want you to be prepared, and I want you to be ready. And I want you to get into that dream home, okay? So again, go talk to your agent and stop going through them model homes by yourself. All right. I'll see y'all next time.